Back, and we're going to start with the NFL moves that have recently happened in the past 2 days, with Matt Flynn going from Seattle to Oakland, and then today, just a couple hours ago, Carson Palmer being traded to Arizona. Good move or bad move for Arizona getting Carson Palmer?
Honestly, with their quarterback play since Kurt Warner retired, this is probably a good move, if you think about it, because I have the stats here. So with receivers such as Darius Heyward-Bey, Denarius Moore, and Jacoby Ford, this is from Clemson. True. These are the stats that he's put up, man. The past season, complete over 61% of his passes, threw for over 4,000 yards, and yes, he almost threw for like 2 interceptions a game, but he had 22 touchdowns. And he's moving to Arizona that has Fitzgerald and Malcolm Floyd. Fitzgerald hasn't had had an NFL caliber quarterback. Think about that since Kurt Warner, which is why, fantasy people are all like, oh man, like I should never draft Fitzgerald ever. And then you have Palmer coming in there, who's NFL caliber, who can put up stats and give him the ball. And he's probably he's gonna rejuvenate his career. And then you have Floyd on the outside too, and he had a pretty good year. And I mean, who was their quarterback last year? Skelton
Skelton.
No, Skelton and Cobb. And then Cobb got hurt again.
Cobb got released, and now he's in Buffalo, so that situation is.
Yeah, so again, I like Palmer's move to Arizona more than I like Flynn's move to Oakland, because he didn't play last year.
Because he got beat out by
the problem that I have, yeah, exactly. The problem I have with that is that he got beat out by a rookie. Albeit it was Russell Wilson, the dude is phenomenal, but he got beat out by a rookie. That tells me something, man. That tells me that he doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it. I mean, he might prove it to me, but if you can't beat out a rookie with all that guaranteed money that Seattle was throwing at you, then you're gonna be out of the league. It's gonna be another Jamarcus Russell issue, man.
We'll find out, because they're also talking about in Oakland trying to give Tyrell Pryor a chance, and Pryor is gonna be competing against Matt Flynn. So maybe Matt Flynn has learned from last year that I can't be outbeat if I'm being brought in to be the guy.
Or he gets beat out by the incumbent Pryor. He gets beat out, and then albeit Pryor puts up numbers this year, which I don't see happening. I see Flynn winning the job. I don't see him putting up good numbers.
What do you think about other moves like Greg Jennings going from Green Bay to Minnesota?
Honestly, it's a good move for him, because because where else was he? He could have gone to Miami, but Miami got Greg Jennings. But where else was he gonna go?
Miami got Greg Jennings. Greg Jennings is in Minnesota.
No, that's what I'm saying. I say because Mike Wallace.
Yeah.
Mike Wallace. There we go. Got it right.
Yeah.
So, because Minnesota, because Percy Harvin went to Seattle.
Yeah.
So, who do they have after that? Because, the whole offense is run through Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, but then again, you leave Green Bay where you're on a Super Bowl caliber team. You have a great quarterback who's going to get paid at $25 million a year, Aaron Rodgers.
The problem is that they were not going to bring him back, because they have Jordy Nelson, they have James Jones, they have Randall Cobb, they have all these young guys. And Greg Jennings was coming off an injury-plagued season, so he wasn't going to get the money that he thinks that he thought he deserved, which is why he went to Minnesota. And Minnesota's going to give him that money.
It's like 5 years, $40 million or something. It's ridiculous.
And hopefully he pans out, because I like Jennings.
Yeah.
I like him as a receiver. I
don't like him now that he's in Minnesota, but that's a different story.
Exactly. You got to get your whole Green Bay argument out of here.
Yeah.
And think logically.
I think it is a smart move, because it does give Christian Ponder a target besides Kevin Rudolph and Adrian Peterson.
You got somebody in the slot and on the outside too, because he can run those patterns very well.
What do you think about Wes Welker leaving Tom Brady for Peyton Manning? Going from New England to Denver. Smart move?
I don't know what the issue was there, because Kraft was talking about they threw the same kind of money that Denver threw at him. I don't know. I feel like it's more of like playing with Peyton Manning, I guess, because they have Decker and Demarius Moore, right? Demarius Thomas, not Demarius Moore. Demarius Thomas, who are 4'5", 40 guys, 6'3" guys, and then potentially you have a guy with Welker, who's 6 foot, that can who runs that slot better than anybody in the league.
Peyton Manning had the highest percentage completion to slot receivers this past season, so that speaks volume to Wes Welker. And also the fact that maybe he saw it in Denver's eyes that they were one play away from the Super Bowl, and that New England wasn't that far, even though New England went farther.
Yeah.
just Denver ran into Baltimore before New England did.
Because I like Welker better than I do Brandon Stokely. Even though,
Yeah.
Stokely had about like 3 TDs, 450 yards.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you have a guy who led the whole entire NFL the past 3 years with catches and receiving yards. The past, like, every year he's been with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Led the league.
So do you think it was the system, or do you think it was actually Welker? It should be
I think it was just
Welker
because in the end, with another free agency move, they signed Amendola to a huge contract. A huge contract.
One drop catch this past season.
Really?
But he was also plagued, yeah.
Yeah, because he had the rib or something?
Yeah, some injury where
that was
missed
a crazy injury thing. But yeah, I think it was more of just Welker playing with Peyton Manning and just seeing what they can do. That's going to be an interesting offense to watch, a dangerous offense to watch.
It'll be watching like a college offense scoring 40 points a game. They'll be up there.
They'll be up there, like 30-something a game.
One last free agency move.
What's up?
Dumerville to Baltimore. And where do you see Baltimore now with all their recent signings and letting go?
Let's see, they have Canty,
Spears,
and they have another guy. So Spears, Canty,
I
think they have so they have those 4.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, Cofield.
Cofield's on the Skins.
Yeah.
Get it right. But I like their depth on the line now because, I mean, then you have Nada in there too.
Yeah.
So, and then they're going to I think Dumerville is going to be a linebacker type.
Yeah.
A Terrell Suggs type.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's scary to have both those guys coming at you every single day.
And Dumerville had more sacks than Kruger. He had 11, and Kruger had 9.5, and Kruger got that huge contract from the Browns. We'll see how that pans out. But that middle linebacker position or that leadership position is going to be – there's going to be a void there. It's going to be a huge void because of Ray Lewis's retirement.
Yeah.
And then you look at the secondary, you look at Ed Reed leaving, you look at Kerry Williams leaving, you look at Pollard leaving.
Yeah, well, they cut Pollard.
Well, him leaving.
Yeah.
Just work with me. But we'll see how that defense does, man. I mean, because they gave Flacco all that money, and we'll see how Pretty Boy does. We'll see how he does.
I don't think he'll even put up the numbers he put up last year. Like, I don't think speaking of Flacco, you get rid of your go-to guy.
Anquan Bolden.
Yeah, and
to the 49ers. Yep.
For just a 6th-round pick, you could get more out of it. San Francisco was handed a gift in a basket. I think that was the smartest move San Francisco will ever make in their franchise, or one of them, because you get a guy that came off the
out of
Super Bowl.
all the decisions they made in the past 3 years. Yeah.
I think that was just a smart move, and San Francisco jumped the gun and got it.
But yeah, the whole Dumerville deal, I like it a lot. The Ravens are solidified on those 2 sides with Suggs and Dumerville. It's their secondary that's going to kill them this year. I just got a feeling.
Great pass rushing, your secondary can lack, because if you have great pass.
Unless you keep throwing slants
yeah,
over the
but
middle.
Still, not every team's gonna. And then you just.
But then again, in this draft, there's cornerback and safeties. There's a lot of them, and there's a lot of depth in the draft.
Heavy.
So
it should be interesting.
It should be interesting to see what they do. Yeah, very true.
All right, moving on to the next topic. Women's Final Four is about to be shaped out, with Baylor being the surprise upset of the whole tournament. What are your thoughts on Baylor not repeating, even though they were
that was a very physical game. And you had RG3 tweeting like they were throwing roundhouse kicks and like punching their in the abs and whatever. It was crazy, man. But I mean, Louisville has the potential. They play in Tennessee tonight, by the way, guys. So and then you have Shoni Shimo from Louisville, and I think that was the girl. Did you see the move where she did like the behind the back dribble and did the reverse layup on Griner and then got a ball in her face? I like the confidence though. I just didn't like them hitting her and just being no, because dude, look, they were like hitting her and
basketball's a physical game.
Dude, they slapped her in the face. You don't slap somebody in the face playing basketball. Are you serious?
I mean, Brittany Griner's
what, street ball?
She's 6'8", and the tallest Louisville defender's maybe 6 foot. So Griner's got a 6-inch advantage, 8-inch.
And it worked to their advantage. Very true.
And they went out and attacked her. She didn't score until like the 16:30 mark in the second half. That spoke volume for that game.
And Baylor was up though. There was this foul call at the end of the game.
Oh, the charge?
No. It might have been a charge, yeah. And then Louisville got it, and they made the free throws, and But we'll see.
Louisville also was very good from three-point line in that game. Very good.
Yeah.
And that helped them.
There was this girl just making rainbow after rainbow shot. It was crazy. But
I give credit to Louisville,
yeah.
but can their Cinderella season, if you want to call it that, will it
it's a number 5 seed
against
making it this far?
Yeah, against Tennessee, and Tennessee's got the legacy, but without Pat Summitt, can they carry on to New Orleans for the Final
They
Four?
haven't made a Final Four since the
Candace
year that
Parker.
since Candace Parker, the year that they won the championship
Yeah.
again. So they have players, man. They have was it Kamika Williams?
Yeah.
And she had 50 points against Oklahoma in their last game. And then you have a sophomore center, Isabel Harrison, who had 8 rebounds in that game. So I mean, they have people that can score. They have people that can rebound. I mean that's pretty simple analysis.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why they're the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they do against Louisville. I think they'll win.
And then tonight, the other matchup is Notre Dame versus Duke, and I'm gonna say Notre Dame's gonna be all over that because
Skylar Diggins,
yeah,
man, X Factor.
She's the key to that game. If she plays well, Notre Dame will come out and win. But I would like to see Duke go to the Final Four. But no one's gonna. I would rather see Notre Dame versus UConn for the right to win the championship.
So listen to this. So Duke has this All-American Chelsea Gray. She
Yeah.
dislocated her kneecap, and like ever since she's been out, so they average 75 points per game in the regular season.
Yeah.
In the tournament, 62. So and they talk about how nobody expects them to win because Gray's out.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Notre Dame takes them lightly or they take them seriously. But
if
I like.
Notre Dame
But
goes out swinging, Notre Dame's gonna storm all over them.
They'll probably blow them
all
out.
over them. Yeah.
So we like Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then.
And there's Notre Dame versus Connecticut in the Final Four.
Yeah. Who do you like in that game, real quick?
Connecticut.
You like Gino?
Yes.
And you like how he can weld teams together?
I like the depth. The depth. And then you have Tennessee against California.
Yeah. I would.
Woo.
I don't know much about this, but I gotta go with Tennessee just based on the legacy and that they're.
I got California. California beat Stanford. That tells me something.
Georgia beat Stanford.
Georgia beat Stanford. That's right.
But
yes.
Cal probably beat Stanford earlier.
Yes, they probably beat them early on this season, and Cal beat Georgia. So yeah, I like Cal. And an upset.
Okay, moving on. Baseball is right now. It just started yesterday. 2 nights ago was opening night, but yesterday was opening day.
Mm-hmm.
Nats won, O's won. Where do you think these teams are going?
Davey Johnson, is the manager of the Nationals, publicly said that this is a World Series a bust year. I have to agree with them. With all that talent that they have to make the World Series, and I'm going to be very disappointed if they don't. And then you have Bryce Harper, who had 2 home runs yesterday in his first 2 at-bats. Youngest to ever do it. Then you have Strasburg, goes 7 innings, scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts.
3 hits.
Very true. But it's all about their bullpen, honestly, because they had Soriano that came over from the Yankees.
He looked good yesterday in that 1 inning.
Yeah, he has that swagger, if you will. But we'll see how Drew Storen responds because last year.
Just know that Nats fans can sleep a little easier knowing that he won't have to come into the 9th inning up 3 runs in question.
Again, but let me get to my point here. But what if Soriano gets hurt and then Storen has to come in? This is during a playoff situation. Is he thinking back to that St. Louis series?
This is all the what ifs. This is what we gotta wait for.
Dude, we have to talk about these what ifs because the what ifs could potentially happen.
He's not a Brad Lidge where Brad Lidge fell apart after he blew some.
And Brad Lidge was on the Nationals last year. Wow.
Look at Mariano in 01 blowing that Game 7 World Series.
Yeah, he was fine after that because Mariano's a legend.
Yeah.
Mariano's a legend.
But Drew Storen, I think if he just takes it 1 pitch at a time, he can do it and he'll gain confidence.
And again, man, like I said, but
this is this year as well. I think he's also learned and that he can handle it differently.
So we'll see what happens. But as far as the Orioles go, what was the score today? They beat Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they're 2-0 because they won opening day as well.
That was their first game today. It was open. Yeah.
Okay, I think they're gonna be good. Manny Machado, excellent. Yeah, I love Manny at third.
Very true.
He's rated as one of the top upcoming third basemen. I just think they got a good young core of players that they don't have that one player that stands out.
Yeah.
That Machado will stand out.